Hello there. So I just had 2 sessions and now I get to have the tea of the day. Coconut Grove Pouchong. So my understanding is that Pouchong is an oolong tea. Oh, sorry about the focus going in and out. And actually, I'm not doing January's community tea, but you can still go on the chat for community. And today's, which is January 4th, ooh, yum, is this tea. So I've kind of set up my own schedule for the month, but when I saw today was one of the samples that I had, I decided to move it to today. I had it scheduled for later in the month. So these were little samples that there was like a Facebook ad that said you could order these for 75 cents each. And I ordered like 35 of them or something crazy because I wanted to try all the teas. So here's what this one looks like. In here, it smells very coconutty. Actually not as coconutty as some other coconut teas that I've had. I don't know if you can see the blue cornflowers in there. Yeah, you can see the little blue cornflowers and little coconut pieces. So I'm gonna pop this in my teapot. I love oolong, so I'm excited about this. I love coconut, so I'm excited about this. This is one I've been kind of coveting, and this says 3 to 5 minutes. My guess is I will like it better at 5. It has Pouchong tea, coconut, natural coconut flavor, and blue cornflowers. So a lot of these samples that I got, if you ever want to try teas and you see that Facebook ad, it's really a nice way to try a whole bunch of different teas. These tend to be more basic, simple teas. A lot of them are just like different kinds of green tea, a lot of the oolongs are blends, and a lot of the herbals are blends, but they do have just kind of more basic green especially. And I'm finding that that's actually what my husband really likes. So I may end up having to buy, especially as we work through some of our teas. We have a lot of tea at the moment. So I think I will start buying more of those kind of basic teas for him. And yeah, so because he seems to really like those. So I have kind of 2 dueling, that is crooked and that is driving me nuts. Sorry. There we go. We have 2 dueling kind of tea things going on this month to try and sip down. So I have these, I've actually sipped down some of my samples, but I have 32 left for the month of January. So I'm going to try, I have those set up in my little calendar, and I'm going to try and get through all of those this month. But then I still have my like David's Tea Advent calendar. So I am going to also try and sip through David's Tea little by little. So I've done the first 3, and I will start moving on to 4, 5, and 6 probably this weekend. So I may do David's Tea every weekend, although you guys may not see it until later in the season, since I didn't get the Advent calendar until after Advent had started anyway. I was like, I'm not going to try and like kill myself to do the Adagio communities and I want to enjoy my tea. I don't want to feel like I'm rushed to drink my tea, and I want to film them all for you. So if I was trying to do the Advent and the community every day, it would not have happened. And one of the things I try to do on my YouTube channel is remain consistent as much as possible. So, you know, it may not look that way to you, but like for me, I do a monthly Patreon video that gets posted for the public usually about a year later on YouTube. And I tend to put those out every 6 weeks. I tend to do like the equinox and the solstice and all of the kind of pagan holidays. So there will be a new role play out on February 1st. And again, it's one that I probably filmed about a year ago. But that allows me, when I have a backlog, that allows me to know I'm going to be consistent on the days that I put them out. If I'm like filming them right before they're supposed to come out, there's going to be a lot of times that I don't get them done in time. So this is a nice pine color. Still smells very coconutty. I'm hoping the natural flavors aren't too synthetic tasting. Love that. So I love a coconut tea. They actually have a toasted, I think a white toasted coconut that you can get this week with any $29 purchase. You get a sample of it, which is usually about 10 cups. And I think I'm going to have to get that. So I have a few, I want to get the community for February. I'm going to go back to doing that because I love it. It's really, really fun. Plus I have enough points from doing reviews and posting pictures and stuff that I have a free community cup. And I am looking forward to using that. So I don't mind my oolong a little oversteeped, so I'm not going to panic about this oolong steeping a little bit longer. My guess is the more it steeps, and yeah, I can tell from this sip, you lose a little bit of the coconut and you get more of the oolong, but I'm okay with that because I really like the oolong flavor and you're still getting quite a lot of coconut. So this is a lovely cup of tea. I would still say peach oolong's my favorite, but this may be in the running, especially in the summer, although the peach is going to be delicious in the summer too. So, you know, I'm kind of on the lookout for like, I want to have like 2 favorites that I have to kind of go back and forth with. So I'm afraid I'm getting ruined for my Twinings English breakfast black tea, because someone sent me a Fortnum & Mason's afternoon tea that I love. Like, I have to force myself to drink other things first thing in the morning, or else I'm just going to run through that and have no more and not sip down any of the rest of my black teas. So I have that. I want to find like 2 matchas that I love that I will, because I have that every morning. I want to find an oolong, 2 oolongs that I love that I can kind of go back and forth with. I'm drinking a chai every morning because I have so much chai and I want to get rid of it. And actually, I probably won't buy any more chai. Although, I will say, I love David's Tea's banana bread chai, which I think I've mentioned. So I may keep that as a staple in the winter. That's not going to be something I really want to drink in the summer, but in the winter I might want some banana bread chai. And David's Tea does have these like mega sales, like 70% off sales. And that makes it very affordable to get like 1 or 2 big David's Tea hauls because they have free shipping over $69. That's a lot of tea to buy. So I am still really like, there's half of my haul from Black Friday that I have just put away in a drawer because I won't open it until I've sipped down some of these other teas. Plus I've got this advent calendar, which is the main reason that I did the Black Friday haul. So I'm very happy I did the Black Friday haul because I will reuse this advent calendar every year. It's very sturdy. It's got little drawers that come out. And I am just going to put other teas in it every year. I'm not going to buy a lot of these advent calendars for tea are like 60, 70, $80. I'm not going to spend that. So now when I can get little samples, like these Adagio samples for $19 for the month, and I can pop it in, or I can use it as my sip down, which is not as exciting because it's usually teas I've already tried, but it might help me work through some of my teas to put them in like little baggies and make myself drink a little bit of these teas. That's the one thing that this David's tea doesn't have. Some of them, they have these little tiny jars that you put in each drawer, and mine doesn't have that. Mine came in little baggies. Maybe I should save the baggies. I probably won't because they're very David's tea specific, and I won't know what the other tea I've put in them is. But maybe I'll need to get little baggies or something that I can use for an Advent next year. Or what I'll probably do is do Adagio's Community and just pop those first 24 into my Advent calendar. So I don't know. I may want something a little bit more special than that if I've been doing the Community for a while. So we'll see what I decide to do. All right, that was quite a long ramble for a tea I liked. But I think I missed you guys while I was away. So I am going to go read my book and get ready to go climb. I haven't climbed in almost 2 weeks. So we'll see if I can climb without injuring myself. That would be a bonus. All right, see you guys again soon. Bye. Good morning. So it is tea time. Sencha Overture. So I'm excited to try this because I know people have very mixed feelings about Sencha. A lot of people will say they really just don't like Sencha. And someone sent me a bag of Sencha. I waited to open it because it's not resealable. So I'm waiting till I have a tin that's empty that I can pour it into, because I don't, it's a pretty big bag. It's probably 2 ounces. So, okay, so here's what this looks like. And I will sneeze it. Putting that in my teapot. So, 2 to 3 minutes. So what time is it? At 185. So what I did is I took water out of my thermos, which is probably at about 200, 205. And I put some cool tap water in it, in the pot. And this is just Sencha Overture Moderate Caffeine. The Coconut Grove Pouchong that I had yesterday, I steeped 3 times. The 3rd time I added a little bit of, what did I add into it? Oh, the rest of my David's tea, just peachy. I thought the peach and the coconut might be good. And the coconut flavor was kind of gone by the 3rd steep because I used my big green teapot. When I use my big green teapot, this 2 steeps are usually the best. I can do a 3rd steep, but you're really just going to get kind of the tea flavor at that point rather than a whatever flavoring is in there. So I thought I had only a little bit of just peachy. I probably could have made a cup this size of it, but not a pot. And so I thought, well, let me dump that in. I really need to get on drinking this David's tea advent calendar. But I have been drinking down some of the David's teas, the larger bags that I bought on deep discount on Black Friday. And I will say out of about 5 bags that I have open, I have one I love, the banana bread chai. I have one that I like, I think it's called Pink Velvet Cake. It's okay. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. And I have and I like the white pumpkin, actually. The white pumpkin would probably be my 2nd favorite. I won't buy it again. I will buy the banana bread chai if I can. But the others I don't really like. Prancer's Punch I don't really like. I'll drink it, but I don't love it. And I'm gonna do a video about glitter and gold because it's a weird tea. So I find I kind of crave it. It feels very special. It smells very vanilla-y. It's glittery. It's got glitter in it, but it doesn't sit well in my stomach at all. But I have this big bag. I don't like to throw out tea. So that's a very light color. Not enough flavor. So we'll let this go a little bit longer and see if we can get more flavor out of it. So glitter and gold, I mixed it half with my Palm Court from Harney & Sons, which the Palm Court is kind of meh. It's an okay black tea. And I really like the glitter and gold, but I don't know. It's got stevia in it. It's got weird stuff in it. And my guts just, I don't know what it is about it, but my body's not real happy when I drink it. So I think maybe that combination. I drank it this morning. I feel okay. So I think I may do that to kind of sip that down, and then that kind of works through. I may actually like put some of the Palm Court Harney & Sons right in the bag and just mix it up. And then finish it that way. So it's got a little bit more flavor. It's kind of a nice greeny color. You can't really see the green tinge on the camera, but it's a nice little kind of light green color. It's okay. Again, a lot of these more kind of subtle green teas are not my favorite because they just don't pack enough punch. So it's okay. I'll drink it. I'm hoping the bag of Sencha I have, I mean, this is Sencha Overture, so it's a specific kind of Sencha. I don't know what that means. But I'm hoping the bag of Sencha that I have maybe has a little bit more punch. And I may use more leaves. I may even add in some toasted barley. So yeah, I actually have a lot of green tea right now that I'm trying to kind of sip down because it's not my favorite. My husband really likes green tea, but he doesn't drink a ton of tea. And he hasn't been feeling fabulous lately, so he's been drinking like cold care tea and my echinacea and elderberry tea and that kind of stuff. So he doesn't go through tea very quickly. So I tend to have like, I actually tend to have tea bags for him. So I'll have like, again, matcha and hojicha, which is what he really likes to drink. And I just buy those in boxes from the local Japanese store. And that usually is enough for him, but hopefully he might like this Sencha because we got a lot of it. So cheers. I will be back with an herbal later. Okay, bye. Hello. So I'm going to drink Peach Serenity. I figured out I definitely was getting caffeine headaches because I was drinking so much tea and I was drinking caffeine. I think it's less about having it later in the day and more about just like continuously drinking caffeine all day. I can smell this already. It smells very peachy. It actually smells like a little banana-y. I don't know what that's about. I do love peach tea. So I poured a lot in here. Yeah, so I'll leave the rest of this and I'll just flavor something else with it because it's not going to be enough to make a whole cup. So you can see lots of fruited pieces. Let's pop that in. Yeah, I love peach tea. If I like this, I mean, peach oolong's my favorite. So this is, 5 to 10 minutes at 212. So I may let this go for quite a while and ramble on to you, if you don't mind. Apple Pieces, Rose Hips, natural peach flavor. Pineapple Pieces, Peach Pieces, chamomile flower, lemon verbena. So my guess is that you won't really taste the chamomile. And again, it's not like I hate chamomile. It's that it just tastes, I don't know. It just tastes like flower water to me, which is exactly what it is. It tastes like sometimes I'll try to make tea from like herbs I have in my garden. Sorry, this is going to drive me crazy again. I'm trying to, I have some different posters that I'm playing around with. I actually want to cover this up. I used to have my son at one point put like a tension rod here with a curtain, and it ripped some of the paint off, so I'm gonna just probably put this over there once I can get myself to actually get nails and a hammer and put it in there. But so sometimes I try to get herbs from the garden that I either put in fresh or I let dry, and it gives it some flavor, but it just doesn't taste like tea to me. It tastes like slightly flavored water, and that's how I've always really felt about chamomile. It's really just not my thing. So I think if it's in this peach Serenity and it's not a very strong flavor, it's not gonna like turn me off from the tea entirely. But I think it's, I really don't seek out chamomile teas. There was one in December called 40 Winks that had quite a distinct chamomile flavor, and it's one of the few that I've brought down to my husband and said, you need to drink this. I won't drink this. I finished it, but I really don't want to have to finish. I finished the pot I had made, but I really don't want to have to finish the rest of it. It might be one I toss if my husband doesn't drink it, because he kind of likes chamomile, but he hasn't been seeking it out. Like I told him about it a while ago, so I may remind him and see if I can get him to drink it. But, or like if I'm really if I have a bout of insomnia or something, but I don't get insomnia much anymore. I'm very, very good about my sleep hygiene. I go to sleep at the same time every night. I get up at almost the same time every morning. I have a light alarm, so it slowly lights up like the sun. And I have that year round, and I have it set for the same time year round. So even though in the winter it's not going to get light until 7 in the morning, my light alarm starts going on at about 6:15. And then I get up, go in the living room, and I have a sun lamp that you can use for like seasonal affective disorder. And they're pretty cheap on Amazon now. The problem is you have to sit within like 4 inches of it. So I have it on the table. I sit at a kind of low couch, and it's on the table right next to my head. You don't have to look at it, but it's got to be like facing your face. And I sit next to that and kind of check emails and read and things like that for about a half hour. So that kind of helps regulate my circadian rhythm. So even though it's not sunny out, I am getting that light that wakes me up. And I have usually a black tea to wake myself up. So I do that. And I have no screens in my room except for my Kindle. I turn all screens off an hour before I want to go to bed. I climb in bed with my book at about 9 and try to go to sleep by 10. It is rare that I stay up past 10 more than like 5-10 minutes if my book's really good. So I'm really consistent with that. The only time I really change it up is if we're performing somewhere and I have to stay up till 11 or midnight or something. But I don't like it because I still get up at 6:15 even if I don't turn my alarm on, which is probably good for my body, but I'm tired when we gig. So I'm a lady of routine, and so is my son. Okay, so almost no color. It's been 5 minutes. My guess is this is going to need closer to 10. It tastes peachy. It smells peachy. I'm hoping with another 5 minutes steep, it will have a bit more flavor. The only thing I'm really getting is like peach water. I do notice with some of these teas that don't have a lot of flavor, I much prefer them hot. I feel like the hot water does something to my taste buds to kind of pull out the flavor a little bit more. When I'm drinking it cold, then I really just feel like it's like water that somebody waved over a peach. I think because it's hot, I'm seeking out the flavors more and not associating it just with water. I don't know that it actually has any more flavor. So I do like peach. It's good. It's not going to be one that I run out and buy, I don't think, because it just doesn't have enough oomph. Maybe if it had a rooibos base. But I think the point is it's peach Serenity, so it's like a bedtime tea. That's why it's got the chamomile. Chamomile's never really helped me fall asleep, though. Tea doesn't help me fall asleep. It just makes me have to get up and pee in the middle of the night. So I do best when I actually stop drinking tea by 8 o'clock at night. Problem is I sometimes have sessions with clients at 8 or 8:15 in the evening. And I have to have a cup of tea with me when I do a session because I talk so much and I really think it keeps my vocal cords kind of more relaxed and keeps me from feeling like I have a sore throat. It keeps me from feeling like I have to cough during a session, which is always a pain when right now. When I wake up in the morning, I also need hot tea to kind of warm my vocal cords up. It's like I need to do 5 to 10 minutes of yoga every morning to warm my back up. I need hot tea for a couple of hours to warm my vocal cords up. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my body wants to cough more in the morning. I don't know. Okay, so we're getting close to 10 minutes deep. I'm not noticing a big difference and again, I know I'm not getting the full effect because I'm pouring it into a cup that already has somewhat weak tea in it. But I'm not getting much more. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of apple flavor now. That it's steeped a little bit longer. I am going to let it steep even a little bit longer. And then I'm going to pour it into a cup, actually. I'm going to pour it into my thermos and go for a walk. As much as I've been trying to kind of get rid of stuff and clear out, I'm on a Buy Nothing group on Facebook, mostly because they give away stuff, because I want to get rid of stuff. Although people haven't been, like, I have some big stuff. I have like a big futon mattress. It's a nice futon mattress, but it doesn't really fold, and so it doesn't work as a couch. And it's big, and you would have to have like a truck to take it, or an SUV. I think I have a friend who's going to take it, but people haven't been taking my stuff. But that's usually what I use my Buy Nothing for. I actually did get somebody to take a whole bunch of yarn that a friend had actually given me yesterday. So I was on there because I'm checking to see if anybody's going to take my futon. And somebody had posted 2 mugs that say my cup of tea, and they have lids. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna go get them. I was like, if other people had been like, I want these, that's usually my cue to be like, okay, they're gonna go to a good home. I don't need to take them. But nobody was asking for these, and they're about tea, and so I did. And so I'm gonna walk over. It's about a half-hour walk. I'm gonna walk over, get it, and then I'm gonna walk back. So I'll get an hour walk in, and I'll get 2 tea mugs, and maybe I will be prompted to actually throw away. I have one mug that I love, but it does have like little chips on the side, and I've heard you're not really supposed to keep those because they can get bacteria in the little chips. But I like it. It used to have a dragon head on it that broke off many, many, many years ago. And it's just the perfect size. I'm going to see what size these other 2 are. And I'm getting my community mug that is free with community if you get enough points. And so I got 3 mugs that are coming into my house. So I may need to find a way to get rid of some others that probably should go, that might have chips in them or whatever. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to go for my walk. It's going to be like 67 degrees out today, and then we go back to winter. So I'm going to take advantage of the warm weather, go outside, go for a walk, and I will probably be back maybe with some more tea later on. Hopefully decaf. I've got to do like a decaf with every caffeinated tea that I do. This is nice. Happy to drink it. Probably won't buy it. Definitely the longer steep made a difference. So I'll go put this in my thermos and go for my walk. Bye, everybody.